Okie dokie. So, I'm getting a little bit sick of talking about Ronda Rousey, but gotta do another video here. I mean, it's the second week where she's no-showed. I don't know if it's up to her. Probably not. I would say it's up to management. It's up to Vince. It's up to Stephanie. It's up to Triple H. It's whoever is really behind this whole stupid decision. So, they're all the Twitter, right? The media's reporting. They got exactly what they wanted. It's years late. It's 2 years late to bring in Ronda, right? 3 years late, whatever the case may be. It's more 3 years actually since she appeared with The Rock at WrestleMania and she put Stephanie in the armbar. Um, would have been the perfect time to bring her in, offer enough money. I'm sure you could have probably coaxed her away from the UFC, and she would have been, pretty popular. Would have been a big move. It would have drew a lot of eyes to the product. Now, she might have been booked like shit regardless, but that now you finally have her, and you're still getting a lot of attention, and you knew that you were gonna get that attention because that's exactly why you signed her. It's not because you think she's gonna be a great athlete or anything. You wanted to get that exposure, and you can't blame WWE. Why wouldn't they want to get exposure, outside their main? I mean, all they have is a bunch of ravenous nerds. This is awesome. You deserve it. All these mamalukes in the audience. That's not what you want to be known for. But they do give WWE money, so but they want to be seen on the ESPN. They want CBS to report on them, and you understand that they want to get out of this embarrassing kind of bubble that they've been in, but they're not even smart enough to really figure out how to get out of it, even though it's pretty easy. Just appeal more to the mainstream, to people who don't watch wrestling and are not entertained by all the fake antics that go on in it. But so you would think that obviously following the Rumble, following all the media attention, that you could at least not, I was gonna say, have the decency, but for your own sake, I mean, follow up with it on Raw. I mean, what a novel concept. You have so much attention going around, and they talked about it. They did a video package. They showed the media highlights. Okay, so following all that, have the woman herself walk out there, cut a promo, let her take the mic. Fuck the script. Let her take the mic. Let her say what she wants. Tell us why you're in the. First of all, let's go through the list. First of all, tell us why you're there, why you decided to leave the MMA world. Why, then also tell us why you're dressing like Roddy Piper. Because a lot of people are just kind of not having that sit well with them. Completely coming out with his font, his jacket, almost like she's like a grave robber or something, fucking taking all this shit and just wearing it out to the ring. I mean, the only other thing would have been if she cut her hair short and came out to the Scottish bagpipes. I mean, she was one step away from that. But question is, where is she? And you see this even from the title of my videos. I mean, it's like, what are they doing with her? And this is nothing new. I said I've noticed that they started doing this ever since they brought Bret Hart back. Remember, Bret Hart returned that night, where he hugged Shawn Michaels. Later on in the night, he met up in the ring with Vince McMahon to close out the show. McMahon kicked him in the balls, walked out, and we didn't hear from them, until a month. And I was like, why would they not follow up the next Raw, the next week, with the follow up to that story? Why have people wait a whole month to the point where you're tuning in next week? Oh, nothing happened? Fuck this. I'm not coming back to it. Maybe some people might stay around the second week, the third week. I mean, and then they did it again with Sting. Sting was like, okay, this guy's already in his mid-50s. You're probably going to want to get as much out of this guy as you want because, I mean, he's getting into the twilight of his career. Most people have stopped wrestling at this point, but you have Sting. He's already proven that he could still go in TNA. He's probably going to be even more motivated now that he's on the big stage. You took breaks from Sting. I don't believe he was there the following night on Raw after Survivor Series in 2014. So it was like the same thing. We're gonna have him, then we're not gonna have him. It's like this is the biggest company for wrestling in the world. They have their feet in so many other parts of the media. They're well known. They've got in the good graces of a lot of different people and organizations. So this company has resources. They can do pretty much whatever they want. You think about the potential, and it's almost mind numbing. The things that they used to do, that's only the tip of the iceberg. We're in 2018. We should have seen some incredible things in entertainment. This company has, like, I don't think people even realize what broken Matt, like, if you thought a company like TNA with limited resources was able to do all that creative shit with the Hardy brothers, you're telling me that they couldn't do that tenfold in WWE, where where you have Kevin Dunn, who, despite all the shit they say about him, you look back on this guy's body of work and you look at some of the camera angles throughout time and the shots that they've gotten on camera. This is a company that knows its visual presentation from top to bottom. Kevin Dunn is a genius. He really is, and he knows production. He is a master at production. Very few people could really match him, and we kind of see that. You can even see in TNA, the cameramen are not even halfway as talented. The production crew is nowhere near the level of WWE. And even though it's changed throughout the years, it's still no contest. I mean, you even take a look at, people would talk about Ring of Honor. Have you ever watched their DVDs? I have quite a few of their DVDs when I used to go to the shows. They're horribly shot. Just because some nincompoop with a camera is right next to the ring doesn't mean that he's going to get all the great shots. No, actually, some of those matches are not even that enjoyable to watch because the production is such low quality. And that was something that would always detract from it, from watching it at home. It's like, it's poorly shot, and they wanted $10 per DVD sometimes, and the production quality wasn't even worth fucking 2 cents. So with all these resources in mind, it's like, it's just so crazy that they don't capitalize. And this has nothing to do with production, but I'm just saying the possibilities that this company could do. And they don't even explore even the quarter, even 2% of what they could possibly do given the money. All they do is backtrack. Does anybody even notice that? Everything just gets worse. They take away the pyro, they take away the characters, they take away the gimmicks, they take away the personalities. They take away the shoot promos, they take away everything that's interesting. Everything that was ever interesting at this product has been stripped away, and we've been left with this just horrible mess. It's just a wasteland. It's basically a wasteland of what this product used to be. And how do you not following up with Ronda Rousey after a big eventful night like that? How are you not following up with the woman herself right there? So anyway, like I said, it was the thing like with Sting. You could have done incredible things. You could have done so much with his Crow character. You could have done so much production-wise with him. And this guy was just appearing once every couple of months. And I know I said it in my Raw review. Rousey is not going to appear into the chamber. They already made it evident. 2 weeks in a row not appearing on Raw. She's somehow going to get involved in the Nia Jax Asuka match. She might be sitting ringside for Alexa Bliss's Elimination Chamber match, something like that. And it's just falling flat on its face because Rousey should be out there kicking ass, or at least sounding tough, at least something to get her character over. Now, they already butchered her ass by instead of kicking ass, they're butchering her ass. You see what they're doing here? The stark contrast. They're having her come out to upbeat Joan Jett music, coming out waving and smiling. She doesn't even know how to act in wrestling. First of all, she didn't even do that in MMA. So if she's not going to do that in MMA, why she? And people I saw I have to say who was in full agreement actually what I said. I don't really mention him, but on OTRS, the Schleg Daddy guy, he actually pretty much mirrored the exact same thing I said. And his Royal Rumble review got way more views than mine. And he said the same thing, and people, were calling him an asshole because of the things he said about Rousey. And he did make like a weird comment. He called Ronda Rousey's Joan Jett music weird music, where he really should have said the music was weird for her. But exactly, it was very surreal, and I think she did use that music in MMA when she was in UFC. I think that's what she uses their theme song. But okay, be that as it may, I don't really fully agree with it. But you get to choose the song you want to come out to. That's a different story. But in WWE, if you're really trying to make like this girl is better than everybody else, she should be coming out to some badass song, right? It should be some metal. It should be some hard rock. It shouldn't be Joan Jett, one of the best female musicians of all time. I'm not knocking Joan Jett. I said that right away in my Royal Rumble review. I'm not knocking the song, but I'm saying it's like, I like Billy Joel, but should Stone Cold Steve Austin come out to the piano, man? Huh? Like, you see what I'm saying? So, don't get offended because, you're saying, oh, the song doesn't match up with the wrestler. It's not a good song for her. And could you at least get your character down? Come out to whatever song you want, but please don't come out there smiling and waving. But whatever, we've talked about this already. It's more the fact that she's just not there. How are you not booking her on the shows? They miss opportunities after opportunity. I mean, here's a company where they had the chance to do Hulk Hogan versus Stone Cold. They never did it. They made they could have done Shawn Michaels versus The Rock. They had the opportunity to do Sting versus The Undertaker when it was still possible. And they didn't do it. They decided to do Seth Rollins versus Sting instead, and he ended up getting injured. Opportunity after opportunity down the fucking toilet. And this is how it's going to go. This run's not going to be successful. It's not. It's going to end up being a huge flop, and they're already off to the races at a bad start. Yeah, off to the races, and they haven't even ran a full foot yet, and they've already tripped over a fucking pebble. I mean, I don't know, guys. It's not going to be good. No, by the time we get to the chamber, no one's even going to care about Ronda Rousey. All the media attention will fade out. Maybe they might come back. You might see something on ESPN or CBS, but aside from that, it's not going to be what they want it to be. It's way too late. They waited 3 fucking years to let it happen. And there you go, guys. I mean, this is a company, like I said, this is a company that could have made more money for themselves, putting out they had opportunities after opportunity to put on these big spectacles, and they missed out on it because they were busy doing some other stuff that wasn't even making them money. I mean, you have the owner of the company focusing on the XFL, a failed project, a gigantic flop, and instead of focusing on that, he should be focusing on his current project, the WWE, whatever the case may be, and you have this huge former athlete, this former MMA star, and you're not even going to utilize her on any of her shows, especially when you've already been exposed and you want all that media attention. It's the whole reason, why you change the whole company around so you could be accepted by the world as a publicly traded company. You're not even going to take advantage of any of that. You're just going to be like, okay, well, we have Ronda Rousey. We did, we signed her, and now it's like we're going to take a break, and we'll come back to that in a month. Was there anything interesting on Raw, really? Why this had to wait? I mean, you would say like, okay, Vince, so why don't you have Rousey on Raw? Is the show booked up? You have 3 fucking hours. It's like, this must be one hell of a show that you can't find a spot for the one person. No one is talking about any of these people on the roster. Nobody's even talking about this show at all. Not even the marks are talking about this show. And so the one person that for even at least a couple of minutes on every podcast and sports news station was actually talking about something that was going on one of your shows. And then when you have the chance to do it, even though it wasn't good, it was actually quite terrible. Um, you had the chance the very next night to follow it up and get even more exposure, get even more eyes on your product. And you basically said, "No, you know what? Not interested. You guys can keep your media coverage. We changed the whole company around to accommodate this style, so the media would be more accepting of us, and so we could get more investors and stuff." And it's like they just fly in the face of their own policies and their own goals. I mean, what is the goal of this company? Every company's goal should be to grow, to make more money, to get more customers, especially when you're in the entertainment business. Why would you not want to draw more eyes to your product, to your form of entertainment that you're trying to put on? You have a chance here to actually, it's late, but you still actually could get more, and you were getting that attention that you craved. I mean, that's why you did it, right? I don't think you did this because we think she could be a great wrestler and we want to let her live her dream. No, you signed Rousey because she's a big name. She has name recognition, and thus more people would, tune in to see her, albeit a bit late, but, okay, you still have her right now and people will tune in. But if she's not on your show, people are not going to tune in. How is it that you were talking about her? So you see the steady decline here. So she appears. That's the big moment. Then the next night they talk about it. Show, like, oh, we did this great thing. Oh, okay, well, let's see more of that great thing. Nope, not showing it. And then the next week, no mention of it all at all. This week, no mention at all. That's it. It's like we're gonna take a break. Too much excitement for us. We're gonna relax and we're gonna come back in a few weeks, and then we're gonna go back to that excitement instead of building and building to that big crescendo, that big moment. You got WrestleMania right around the corner. You're hot off the heels of Royal Rumble. You're gonna tie up a few loose ends at Elimination Chamber and Fastlane. You're gonna get things cooking, and it's like there's no gas. They're the stove is clicking, but no flame is coming on. That's exactly how the show is. It's a car with no gas. I mean, you've got this nice exterior, everything's going on, but the engine is all shit. I mean, like this company could do whatever they want. They have the money, they have the resources, they could do anything. And the fact that they put out such shit every single fucking week, and even when they do something good, like the Broken Matt character, when they finally get around to doing something, they just fail on all cylinders. This is what I say. Don't get your hopes up anymore. Just assume it's gonna suck, basically. Once in a while they surprise us, but I mean, it's only gonna be so long that people are just gonna say, even the marks themselves, I'm done with this product. I am so done with them disappointing me every single night of the week. It almost is every single night of the week. I mean, you factor in 205 Live and all these shows, it feels like WWE's on all the time. So there you go, guys. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, this is a product that just it keeps on. I mean, it is the definition of insanity, repeating the same mistakes, and I don't know if they do expect a different result. Basically, if they do, they are insane, and even if they don't, they still are insane because they're doing everything wrong. I mean, it's like, don't you watch this and say like, okay, so at what point do we stop making excuses for them? At what point do we say, okay, you know what? This really, you guys are really fucking stupid because you keep on making so many mistakes with this product and you really have no direction for it all. And it shows right here. They got this big acquisition. They signed somebody huge. They're getting all this attention and they don't even have the know how to put her on the show. Like, okay, Ronda plus Raw equals good, equals ratings, equal views on your show, eyeballs on your show. And somehow, I don't know, they didn't slide off enough pieces on the abacus. They didn't calculate the right fucking algorithm into their scientific calculator. The planets weren't aligned. Somebody didn't pick their nose from the right nostril. They did it to the left one instead. And somehow, some way, they fucked it up. I mean, I just don't see how you do that. You just can't. You can't just fuck up something so easy and something so apparent where the answer is right there in front of your face. I don't know, guys. Anyway, been your YWC champ, and I'm signing out.